Or you could be monetized like a person like I am, and every time I speak, I'm being paid for it.
Right.
Right? I mean, that choice is yours. You know what I mean? The choice is yours. Yeah. I'm not going to waste my time on TikTok, like I'm personally, but it's not for everyone. So for the other people who are not in that content creator space, it's so important for them to understand that their role in the video game is the donuts. It is the rosas at the bottom of the screen. Tap, 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 tap your screen, share out the live. You know, I like donuts. Today's morning goal is donuts because you can't have a morning show, Rachel, without donuts. I like the Boston cream filled kind, you know, with the chocolate on the top and cream in the middle.
Yeah, the chocolate eclair. Oh,
listen, right? So we say the same things over and over again, Price, right? The only thing about the live format that changes is the people in the boxes and what they're bringing to bear that day. And that's the power of MAGA in the morning. And that's why it's such a popular program. Like anytime I come on here, even right now, how many people are watching right now? Like 20 something, right? We're keeping a captive audience of like 20 some people or 30 some people this whole entire time. And all I'm doing is talking to you guys. People like the sound of our voices. They like more than they like the sound of our voices. It's like they like the sound of our heart. If that makes sense. It's like, have you ever worn a stethoscope when you were a kid and put your stethoscope up to somebody's heart and heard it beat?
Yeah.
That's the magic that I'm trying to create with my company, Ewing Media Group, as the CEO. It is the ultimate legacy I will leave to my children and grandchildren. 100 years from now, a young Ewing child will be able to look back and say, my grandfather built an incredible company for our family. Every single member of our family is monetized in one way, shape, or form. One person has a clothing line. Another person has a line of perfume. And yes, we, by the time I'm done, if God gives me enough time, yes, we are billionaires. We may end up being the wealthiest family in the history of mankind. Yes, we are. And we wield that wealth very effectively. My grandfather has built hundreds and hundreds of schools all over the world, like in impoverished areas, in Appalachia. I want to be in a position where when something like that shit happens in North Carolina, I'm already on my helicopter on the way there the following morning. And I don't have one helicopter. I have 100 helicopters flying in. And no force on this plane. You will have to arrest thousands of my people because I'm descending on every disaster with my own money. And every time you do that, when you're wealthy like that, guess what? God gives it back to you like tenfold. You can't give away the money as quick as you're making it because that's the nature of that kind of thing. I want to share a song with you guys real quick that I learned when I was that I sang when I was a kid. And I didn't sing it. I did, but this other girl sang it, right? And so my dad was up from the South, segregated South, black guy, preacher, you know. And he used to tell me all the time, even though he was married to my mom, who was a white woman from rural Pennsylvania. So it was weird that my dad would say this, but he would tell me all the time, he's like, son, when you get older, you need to get you one of these good black girls from the church. And I'd say, Dad, you're married to mom. What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, but you got to understand, like, it's a little different, Adrian. You got to understand, like, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? It's been hard to be married to your mom. Culture is different. Religion is different. You know what I'm saying? And he would talk to me like that. He said, why don't you go get that girl, Alicia Green? She's tall, she's thin, she's beautiful, she sings like an angel. Why don't you go over and get with Alicia Green? He was trying to he wanted to marry me or my brother to this girl, Alicia Green. And she did sing like an angel. And the song that she would sing every time she was asked to sing a solo was the same song. And it went like this. It says, God has smiled on me. He has set me free. Oh, God has smiled on me, and he's been good to me. People ask me all the time, they're like, why are you so fucking cheery all the time? It could be 4 o'clock in the morning and you wake up, let's go, hey, good morning, everybody, right? The lyrics of the verse of this song is why. He's the source of all my joy, and he fills me with his love, and the joy that I have found. He sends it on down from above. To the folks in the back of the room, you don't have to understand me. I hope you continue to watch me, though, and I hope you continue to follow me. We've been on this live. We've gotten 16 new followers. That brings the grand total in the last 24 hours to 375. You're watching the real life goat. And I'm renting space in the back of your mind that I'm not even fucking paying for. Kind of crazy, really, when you think about it.
Yep. Hey, Adrian.
I know you got to go.
Yeah, I've been trying for like an hour. I'm like ready. I'm like dropping my phone and everything. Like
I've been seeing it. I saw the wall. I saw the floor. And
I have to get up to take Byron to work at 6:20 in the morning. I have to go all the way over to Milk Creek. So I need to get some
sleep. Oh my God. Why are you still on here, dude? You just couldn't sleep, huh?
Because I love you and I like to support you.
I know. I love you so much, sweetheart. Thank you so much for everything. Thanks for taking me to the grocery store today, even
Love
though
you, Ray.
That was like I felt like for a part of the trip that we were there, I swear to God, I felt like it was like you were taking like Celine Dion to the mall or something. That's what I felt. That's what that shit felt like. I was in that shit, Rachel. I'll leave you with this note. That shit was funny today though at Walmart. Wasn't that shit funny when I was standing like in the middle? Because it was busy as fuck, and I'm like
literally in the middle of Walmart.
I'm doing the Trump dance in the hall. I mean, that shit was.
The older couple that walked past you and gave you the dirtiest look. They looked at your hat and looked at what you were doing. The dirtiest look.
Oh yeah, man. Listen, right? So I was talking to somebody in the aisle, and I was saying how like if you can watch the Brett Baer interview and still vote for Kamala, you're basically the R word ED. Like you need services, you know? And I said, you're effing R, you know? Like hey. And this one black dude walked past me, and he looked back at me, and I'm like, I like doubled down talking to the guy, but I was like looking at him too side-eyed. And he was like so like flustered. He was just like, oh, like this older black dude. I was cracking the fuck up. Then the one lady, like when we were coming down the main aisle, and you're like, oh, are you getting like I can't remember, like finangled or whatever. I'm like, yeah.
No, I was like, what did I say? I forget what I said. I'm tired, but I said something and you laughed. You were like,
oh
no.
My God, you're like, are you getting it thrown at you down there? I'm like, yeah, a little bit. We're like way down the aisle. Because this one lady looked at me and she said, this one lady I know, Miss Fields, Aaron Fields' mom. She looked at me, she said, oh, you're on the wrong team, son.
But
she said, don't worry. She said it's about to be it's about to be a blue wave, a tsunami. You gonna be saying, Madam President. Okay? I was like, no. I was like, yeah, but you about to be saying Captain Cheeto, motherfucker, okay? Listen, make America great again. Let's do this. We're going to do a big thing.
We're going to win $1 trillion. $1 trillion.
We're going to make America healthy again.
That's
We're
right.
We're going to make America strong again.
That's
We're
right.
We're going to make America safe again.
That's
right. We're going to make America revered again. And we're going to make America great again. Good night, Rachel. I love you.
Good night. I love you.
Good night, Rachel.
I'll talk to you tomorrow, baby. Or today.
Well, later today.
Later today. Goodbye, dear. Go to bed.
Right. I'm going.
She's got to go to bed. I had to drop her. But no, yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's a good thing, you know, like we're involved in a good thing. I think we're involved in God's work on this earth. That's what I really believe.
Yes, we are.
And shout out to the Black Trump supporters. Really shout out to the Black Trump supporters, particularly black men like Price and myself. Black and brown men like Most Famous Slick. There's a bunch of us on here, the one and only. There's too many to name, but shout out to all of them, because at the end of the day, this election will be decided by the African American vote in this country.
And here's why.
There's been a shift that has taken place. Go ahead, sweetheart. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Here's why Trump is going to win. Okay. He's been pew-pewed so many times and he's still standing because God put Trump to come back to us and bring our country back again.
Yep.
Yes.
And you know what, Adrian, which I thought was funny, is somebody said something on here that was very, very, very prescient. And when they said it, I thought it was cool, you know? What's up, Price? Price, what's going on? What happened to Price? What's up, bro? I don't know if he was trying to say something. But no, somebody said something on here that was very, very prescient earlier. They said that they feel like Trump losing in 2020 had to happen. You remember when that lady said that earlier? She said that needed to happen so that the country could see that Biden could come in and do the exact job he did, which was terrible, and that people's eyes could be opened to the truth, and Trump would return.
Yep.
And what I say also is this: if wanting to put the American people first makes me a member of a cult, if believing in the power and the abilities and the talents and the skills and all of that of the American people makes me a useful idiot, if caring about our children and protecting them in their safe spaces, i.e. schools, from programming and curriculum that seeks to divide them amongst themselves, number one, seeks to teach them that all white people are bad people, that they can identify however they want to from a very early age. If seeking to protect American children from that makes me a weirdo, I will wear all of those things as a badge of honor.
Yep.
You can say whatever you want to say about me as a person. I know in my heart why I am supporting Donald John Trump.
That's right.
And I know, and so do black men and fathers like me all across our country. So you can say whatever you want to say, Barry or Barack. Nothing you say to us will sway our support for him, because we have watched the way they have played this game with him. You couldn't beat him. You can't beat him at the ballot box, so you try to drag him through the mud in court. You trump up charges so you can call him a convicted felon. You take misdemeanors, you add a conspiracy type charge to it that you don't even release to the public or even to the jury, which aggravates the situation. So those misdemeanors, which is what all those charges were, get elevated to felonies now, because it wouldn't, saying he's a convicted misdemeanor, or I don't even know what the term for that would be. He's a convicted misdemeanor. Sounds a lot better if you could say somebody's a convicted felon. All right.
Yep.
This was all part of their game. That didn't work. So then you try to unalive the man. That didn't work.
Yep.
So now you're just resorting basically to just blatantly lying all the time. Okay, whatever. That's not going to work either.
Yep.
I just hope for the sake of our country, two things happen. I hope and pray even right now on this live that God keeps his hedge of protection over Donald John Trump, over the Trump family,
amen,
over J.D. Vance, over RFK Jr., over Elon Musk. I pray that God keeps his hedge of protection against this superstar tandem that you're watching assemble in this country to make America healthy again, to make America strong again, to make America safe again, to make America wealthy again, and to make America great again. And if that makes me a weirdo, then I will wear that shit as a badge of fucking honor, period.
That's right.
Period. For real. Because it's true, Adrian, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is true. I agree. All the way. I'm all the way with you, Adrian.
I literally take like 4 baths a day. Like for real. I do. I know